Yeah, welcome to the tutorial. This very moment we're going to pick one or two interactive tools. This is the last set of tools we're picking before we'll now start designing, making simple designs. From there we'll graduate and start looking at how we could come up with other tools that we so much need in our journey to becoming good graphic designers. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly do that. And don't also forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be aware of the times the videos keep dropping in these channels. So we'll go straight and let's say we're working on A4. Yep. Okay. All right. So close up this. All right. So we're going to look at two tools. The first one will be the first interactive tools. I think we've looked at your transparency tool, extrude tool, envelope tool, shadow tool. Yes, so we're left with our blend tool. Yeah, our blend tool. So we're going to look at blend tool. This very here. So in looking at blend tool, let's zoom in so we can get a wider view of what we're going to do. So now when you're talking about blending, you're going to place two objects or two tests side by side, and you're going to blend two of them together to give you something that is out of this world. So what I mean, I can get my I head over here to get my rectangle tool. So this is a rectangle, and I can as well get my polygon tool. And the last time we worked, we increased the number of points or the angles. So this time around, I want to just work with let's say 4. Polygon 4 means square. Let's get it 6, and then let's drag out using our control key. Guess what? I told us the other time that control key, when pressed down, our shapes can be given equal measurements in our site. So that's why we use our control key. We press it down while we're drawing. Okay, please don't mind my voice. Somehow out did a lot of work with vocables. Now so I have two shapes lying side by side. Permit me to select two of them this way, and then give it an outline color of blue. Yeah, and then let's increase the thickness or the width of the line to something maybe 2 points so that we can see it clearly. All right, so this is what we have now. So I want to blend these two shapes. I can blend from here to here or from here to here. So let's head on to our interactive blend tool. So I click. Once I click on it, if you observe, our property bar has also changed. This is what I keep reminding us of, the videos we've done previously. So what do? You just, since you selected a rectangle, you're going to drag from the rectangle from the edge, from inside the rectangle. I prefer holding it from the edge so that I'll be sure what I'm dragging. So you drag out. See what happened? You see, I drag out. This is what I'm seeing, but I'm not yet connected to any shape. So if I make an attempt to drag this to touch this line, you see what has happened? Touching that outline, I've gotten a pattern. I'm yet to release my mouse, so let me go ahead to release it. Voila. You see what has happened? You are able to create something that looks this way using just two shapes. Now the question is, why was he able to create all this? We just had to. How come we're seeing so many things? We could see so many things because I think by default already they are giving us that the number of steps over here is 20. So if you increase it here or manually or by clicking here, you see what you're doing. It's going to give you something that looks amazing depending on what you want to do with it. Yeah, so let me reduce it. So the more you reduce it, or let's say from 20, I take it back to 12. You see, let's take it back to 5. Let's take it back to 2. Good. This is what happened. If you see, the 2, look at the original shapes. This one is the original shape. This is the original shape. Then these other ones, this 1, 2, were created out of this original one. So these 2 you are seeing here represent the 2 that's written here as the number of steps. So the more I increase it, the more it comes up with something that you can use to beautify your work. Yeah, so that's how we go about it. All right, so now I can grab this shape. This is the one I use. You see, I can grab it and change the orientation to however I want the landscape of my work, or the orientation of the work to be. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, so you can just play around with this to come up with something. I've done some designs where I use this the blend tool to come up with designs like this. Now, let me change the outline of this box, this polygon. Let me change it to which color we're going to use now? Maybe magenta. Right click on it. You see, look at so beautiful. You see, I can just do something amazing, and this could be applying your design in any way, to make your design look unique. Now, these things are not just attributed only to your shape. You can also do that to a text and write gracious God. We have gracious God, and let's change it to something else. So the font, and we have our font here. Having the font here, we can change it to different color like this, and we go as well. Do your Control D to duplicate this. So you have 2 texts of the same write up. Now we're going to apply our blend tool. So I come over here, get my blend tool, as I'm dragging from here, and I'm connecting to here. Good. So you see what's happening? But you can't really tell if what you've written here is actually gracious God, because their colors are the same. So this is the one, mind you, this is the text, this is the text, one of the tests. Let me change the outline to white. You see what's happened? Let me change the fill to orange. You see what's happened? So the beginning, mind you, one of our tests is here. If you are very careful, you know that there are 2 tests. This other one is here. I can give it a different color, like yellow, and give it an outline of white also. Okay, good. So let's see if we can actually bring it up. You see, you can do Control Page Up to bring it up. You see, this one now leads. When you do Control Page Down, this up one, shoots up. So this is gracious God. So if you don't like the height or the number of steps, you can as well go back to your Interative Blend Tool, and then click in between, and then change this to 10. Enter. You see, and you can as well take it down to reduce it a bit. You see what happened? Yeah. So you see, you can do something very beautiful this way, and I can change my color to red. So if you want to now move this, don't come and hold the gracious God and drag it up. It will just expand the whole stuff. So if you want to move it, the blended part the blended part now represent those steps is somewhere in between here. So this is where you carry it. You see? That's what happens. Control Z. So if you really want to carry, you don't come here to carry only gracious God this way. You see, you are just expanding it. If you want to carry everything, then you must come over in between. There's a distance between the first test and the second test. This is the second test. So let's try this in another shape using shapes. So I come here, I get a shape, and this rectangle to, I'm going to use green, white, green. No outline, come here, this very place, and then you right click to do away with the outline. Then what do? I get another shape. Do your Control D, get another shape, color this shape white inside, and give it a black outline, or an outline that is about 20%. We have different shades of black. We have 80%, 70%, and the rest. So I give it 30% and right click on it. So I'm gonna blend. Let me move this away. I want to blend these two together. So I go to my blend tool over here, I click it, and then I drag from this point to this point. You see what happened? So I just need to take this inside. You see what does that form? Yeah. You see, with this, I'm able to form a shape that if you're not told what happened here, let me change this color to red. Sorry. I just need to change the color of the first shape. This shape here. I'm here to get it. The shape should be somewhere here. Be careful. Yeah, this is, the first shape that we use alongside with this one here to give us this very effect. It's at the back, so in picking it you have to be careful. You go and carry the parts that have been blended. So let me change it to red. So with this, you can form something that looks this way, and it looks amazing depending on what you are designing. And you can use it and apply it to your design, and you're good to go. So that's what extrude your blend tool does. Now when you click on the blended portion, you see all these things are here for you. You have your presets. If you want, however you want to do it, just do it. You see the way different styles as suits you. Then you have our also the red blend. We have clockwise blend where the colors are changing. When you click, you see what's happened. Colors are changing clockwise, counterclockwise blend. Different things. This looks like a rainbow. So all these things are utilized so we can give our work a beautiful view. So let's go on. Permit me to delete all these stuffs so that we can create space for the next and the last thing I'm going to do today. So we're going to look at interactive. Now we have exhausted every interactive tools inside this pane, inside this rectangle. We're going to look at one more interactive tool, that is interactive fill tool. We're going to expand more on this. Expand on this. We are going to expand on this interactive tool later. Now, when we have our test, for instance, we have teacher, and our teacher, you expand it to this size. Yeah. I want to give it two colors. Without much waste of time, I want to give it my two choice of color in what I'm designing. If you want to do such things, I just come here, interactive fill tool. Depending on the direction you're dragging, you want to drag it to be in a linear way, you can do that. I can drag it from left to right, top to bottom. So let me drop from top to bottom. You see what's happened? It has given me two shades of color, our black and our white. Black and white, and the black and whites are here for you. Yeah, they're here for you. So I can choose red and blue. Yeah. So if you want more of the red, you drag this down. or if you want more of the red, you position this, keep dragging this point, this marker here. This separates, I've talked about it when we're working with shadow tool. The more you drag it down, the more of the red will be coming down. The more you drag it up, you are pulling more of the blue upward. Yeah, so that's how we work with interactive fill tool. And you could actually come here and move the angle. You see, you can move the angle. You can hold them and move them. I can change the rotation to somewhere this way. Anyhow you want to do it, you can do it. You see, I can take it up, I can drag it to this extent. Yeah, so this is the linear way, but we have other types which you can look out for when you trying it out yourself. We have different fill types. We have your radial, you see your radial have your red, filling the beginning and the end, while the blue color is focusing in the middle. You can as well expand it. See, you can reduce it. And we have also our conical. It's conical. You can just see what these things work out, and how they will help you in actualizing your design. You can even carry them and go wherever you want to go to give it a beautiful view. So let me go back to my pick tool and give this in a black outline by right clicking on the black, and then mind you, when you want to do an outline, you right click on the black, you right click on the color you want, and I want to head on to my outline tool here, double click on it, and then change the width to 2 or 1.5, and then tell it okay. So this is what you've just done. Yeah, if you want to change the color, you go as well, go back to your interactive fill tool, then change this red to white or to something light yellow. See, let's change it to white. See, so this is the effect we just created, and you could change this very blue to any color you choose. If the color you are looking for is not here, go to order, and then using your model, your mixers, or you have your models, you have your mixers, and you have your palettes. So any of them, you can as well play around with them to see how you can change the colors to suit whatever you want to pick. So I pick a red. This is a red. There's another red down here. So if I pick a red, I can drag this around. If you notice, this is the color, or this is your old color, and this is a new color. So when you're doing whatever you're doing here, the effect is seen here. So I need a red over there or a yellow. So I come to yellow here, and then for you to click yellow here on this ruler here, or on this bar of colors you see here, or on this palette of color you see here, it does not mean that your work is going to apply the red. You have to still move this box inside here to the shade of yellow that you want. Yeah. This under CMYK, we're going to talk more of coloring, and as we advance. So having done that, you say okay. So this is what you've just done to this work. And as simple as it is, you can apply this to your work and make your work look beautiful. So these are the tool that I'm applying today, I'm teaching us today, so that when next we come, we'll look at how we running some simple designs using Coreldraw. I trust you learned something today. Keep watching out for new videos. Thank you so much.